Today's show is sponsored by the Electric Vehicle Association. Join up to support the electrification of transport and get the help you need to finance your own EV or clean energy future. And by Energy Sage. Visit the link in the description to find local, verified solar experts, community projects, and heat pump specialists in your area. And by Atmos Financial. Bank better with a financial technology company that's powered by a portfolio of clean energy investments. Welcome back to another episode of TEN, Transport Evolved News. Thanks for joining me and welcome to your first roundup show of June. Here is to an awesome month. Before today's stories, I have a little correction from last week's final story about electric vehicle energy consumption and train energy consumption. I moved the odd decimal place the wrong way and ended up with megawatt hours instead of terawatt hours. I really have no excuse, but I am, mostly, still human. I'm sorry. We start today's show with a world debut of the Kia EV3, its brand new all-electric compact crossover. Looking very much like a mini-me version of the Kia EV9, that's about the same size as the current Kia Niro EV, the EV3 is built on the same eGMP platform as the Kia EV6 and EV9. But what's different for this model is that its battery pack isn't 800 volts, but 400 volts, with Kia stating it has chosen range and price over charging speed. With an 81.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack, Kia says the EV3 should be capable of around 300 miles, 482 kilometers per charge, and it will have a target price of around $35,000 when it launches. Kia expects the EV3 to go on sale as a 2025 model year car, so watch this space. If $35,000 is too much, how about $22,000? That's the price that Volkswagen has confirmed it's targeting for a new European market model due in 2027. In a statement this week, Volkswagen Group CEO Oliver Blume confirmed the company has a goal of hitting a €20,000, that's $22,000 price point for a super affordable EV for everyone. Made in Europe for Europe. While we don't have any official names or any specifications, it's clear that Volkswagen, like so many other European brands, has been feeling the pinch of Chinese-made EVs entering the market. Ahead of this, as yet unnamed model's launch in 3 years' time, Volkswagen has also reiterated its plans for new EVs priced under €25,000, with the first example debuting next year. There has been a lot of misinformation flying around about the Chinese EV market and indeed about Chinese-made EVs, but new data this week shows how quickly EVs are being adopted by the citizens of the PRC. As new data from EV volumes shows, around 704,000 new plug-in vehicles were registered in the PRC during April, with all-electric vehicles accounting for 415,000 of those registrations and plug-in hybrids accounting for the remaining 289,000 vehicles. So far this year, an estimated 1.65 million EVs have been sold and registered in China, with 890,000 plug-in hybrids registered. The lion's share of those vehicles are made by BYD, with Tesla's Model Y in fourth place. Ahead of the official market launch of the Audi Q6 e-tron in August this year, Audi has revealed a new variant of the same that promises to be a range champ. Built on the all-new PPE platform that will underpin new models from both Audi and Porsche, the just-announced Audi Q6 e-tron Performance is designed to offer up to 641 kilometers, nearly 400 miles of range on the WLTP test cycle from its 94.9 kilowatt-hour usable battery pack and 240 kilowatt rear-wheel drivetrain. Audi claims it will recharge up to 260 kilometers of range in 10 minutes and will go on sale in the third quarter of this year, a few months after the initial deliveries of the more powerful Audi Q6 e-tron Quattro and Audi SQ6 e-tron. The US Environmental Protection Agency announced this week that, to date, it has helped fund more than 3,400 new clean school buses across the nation. According to the Biden-Harris administration, the EPA, funded by President Biden's Investing in America program, has provided funds to approximately 530 different school districts in the US to replace old, heavily polluting diesel buses with brand new ones. While not all of the $900 million spent thus far went to electric buses, approximately 92% of the buses funded will be battery electric. Districts in 47 different states, plus the District of Columbia and several tribal nations and US territories, will benefit from cleaner air and healthier school transport as a consequence. As we covered in a recent show, Ford is gearing up to change its policies regarding EV sales, telling dealerships to hold off on EV investment until after a dealership council meeting due to take place later this month. This week, we got the first hint of what Ford's new EV policies will be, courtesy of reporting from Automotive News. It claims Ford is going to remove all restrictions on EV sales and allow any dealer that wants to sell EVs to sell them. Previously, it required dealers to make some sizable financial investments and undertake lengthy training and certification before allowing them to sell EVs. But if Automotive News' reporting is correct, we could see it easier for smaller dealerships to get in on EVs. Here's hoping it will mean more independent dealerships in rural areas can get in on the EV action. For the past few months, we've been on something of a death watch for EV startup Fisker, and as per documents submitted to the federal government, we're expecting it to run out of money any day. While that hasn't happened yet, and may not if there's a surprise 11th hour cash injection, reporting from multiple sources suggests that Fisker has carried out a second round of layoffs this week, with reports on social media of everyone from design team members through to software engineers, digital product specialists and social media experts finding themselves laid off via email mid-week. While Fisker has not officially confirmed the layoffs, telling journalists that it does not comment on internal employee matters, it is frankly another bad sign for the troubled company. As I noted earlier in this show, there's certainly a lot of misinformation spread about Chinese-made vehicles, especially their safety, but this week Zeekr reiterated how inaccurate that trope now is. This week, the firm, a sibling brand to Volvo and Polestar, confirmed that its new Zeekr 001 and Zeekr X electric cars both managed to secure 5-star crash test ratings in EuroNCAP, as well as 5-star ratings in the reasonably new EuroGreencap emissions ranking system. Scoring above 80% in every one of the 4 main EuroNCAP crash test categories, the Zeekr 001 outperformed many EVs in protections for vulnerable road users, and the Zeekr X, despite its slightly taller stance, managed a very similar rating. Cadillac officially unveiled its OPTIQ EV this week in the US, a car that's designed to fit in at the entry-level point in the Cadillac lineup with a $54,000 target starting price. Built on the same Ultium platform as its larger sibling, the OPTIQ is basically a Chevrolet Equinox underneath, with appropriate body panels and interior befitting of a luxury marque. Unlike the Equinox, which does come with a rear-wheel drive option, the OPTIQ is only available as an all-wheel drive vehicle with an 85 kilowatt-hour battery pack as standard, promising 300 miles, 482 kilometers of range on a full charge. GM Super Cruise will be standard, but like other new GM vehicles, you won't get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Instead, you'll have to use a built-in Google-based automotive system. For as long as EVs have been produced in large enough volumes, we've seen pretty constant discussion among lawmakers about alternative taxation methods for EVs. The argument behind such pushes is that EVs have led to a reduction in proceeds from gasoline tax, which in some parts of the world, although rarely, can be some of the funding sources used to pay for regular road maintenance. Charging EV owners extra registration fees is one possible way around this, but we've seen more and more areas propose pay-as-you-use taxation systems designed to charge people for the distances they drive rather than a set fee per year. And we learned this week that California is the latest place to consider such a system, with a new opt-in pay-to-drive pilot program just unveiled by Caltrans. That's California's transportation agency. Interested parties can check out a cost simulator on the new California Road Charge web portal and have until the end of June to register to take part. Our short shorts are next, but first a word from a longtime friend of the channel, Energy Sage. Energy Sage helps homeowners connect with local verified solar installers across the US and now heat pump specialist in select markets who really know their stuff and can help you navigate the process of installing solar panels, help you join a community solar program, or get a heat pump installed. I used Energy Sage when we were looking for installers willing to help us put solar panels on the roof of our home, and our Energy Sage verified installers were professional, knowledgeable, and even put us in touch with an amazing credit union to allow us to finance our solar panels for as low a monthly payment as possible. So follow the links below to sign up for either of Energy Sage's free, no-obligation services and get that ball rolling today. If you choose to use an Energy Sage installer for your project, we will get a small referral fee. So you'll be helping us out too. Help the grid get greener and save money? It's a win-win. And now it's time for short shorts, and just like last week, we're starting with some recalls. Kia is recalling some 2022 model year Niro EVs because of a faulty high-voltage battery safety plug that it says could overheat and cause a fire. Affected owners are asked not to charge their vehicles indoors until the recall has been carried out. Volkswagen has recalled nearly 80,000 ID.4 EVs in the US and 8,000 ID.4s in Canada to fix problems with screens inside the vehicles. The remedy, when available, will be fixed via a software update, but it's not clear if this will be over the air or in person. Talking at a conference this week, Rivian CEO RJ Scaringe said that while 2024 is going to be an important year for the brand, the second quarter is going to be tough, partly due to reduced sales caused by a planned plant shutdown for much-needed upgrades. Meanwhile, Lucid CEO Peter Rawlinson went on record this week on the BBC to criticise how Tesla is currently operating, stating that the brand is, quote, losing its way, end quote. He suggested that at Tesla, and we're going to infer Elon Musk, has a, quote, worrying trend towards distraction, end quote. As it works to enforce heavy tariffs on Chinese-made EVs to protect the interests of domestic automakers, the US now seems to be contemplating a competition to encourage automakers to build a $16,000 all-American EV, though details are not firm at this point. New sales figures from March, courtesy of S&P Global Mobility, suggest that both Ford and Hyundai had an incredibly good March, with EVs from both firms outperforming the competition. While Tesla's market share fell, both Hyundai and Ford saw their, admittedly much smaller market shares soar. Kia confirmed this week that it now has more than 100,000 subscribers signed up to its Kia Charge service in Europe. Basically an aggregation service allowing seamless connection to 700,000 different charging stations, it says 60% of its EV customers have signed up. Daimler Trucks North America has signed a partnership with Li-Cycle to further its recycling plans for big rig battery recycling. Li-Cycle already has 4 pre-processing facilities active in the US and 1 in Germany, where black mass is produced from recycled batteries and then shipped off for further processing. A Tesla Model 3 with supervised FSD found itself in the news this week after it apparently failed to detect a train track located ahead of a stop sign. The car stopped on the railway tracks in a way that very eerily mimics another recent incident in which a Tesla in FSD mode failed to see a train and nearly collided with it, despite there being lights and down barrier. Fiat has apparently reversed course on its previous plans to make the new Fiat 500 an EV-only model. It confirmed this week that it plans on introducing a hybrid variant of the car from 2026 onwards, a move that many will be sorely disappointed by. Nissan is looking to follow Tesla's practice of using gigacasting to reduce complexity and cost for its next-generation EV. Looking to launch its new EV next year, the brand has been busy upgrading its facilities and, say many sources, gigacasting equipment will play an important role. In an interview this week with Automotive News, GM's North American chief, Marissa West, has been talking up the capabilities of the next-generation Chevrolet Bolt EUV, which is due to launch in about a year's time. West claims the Bolt EUV will be the, quote, most affordable EV on the US market, end quote. Time will tell. Volvo Construction Equipment was busy commissioning not 1 but 2 new plants this week, one in Sweden and one in South Korea, where it plans to build more electric construction machinery. The 2 facilities represent a €38 million investment. While Tesla remains quiet on the issue and seems to be holding to a statement made last year that said its Mexico Gigafactory wasn't going to happen, officials in Mexico are still talking up the facility, with one senior government official stating that he's still in talks with Tesla over it. Since Kia launched its EV9, it's managed to rack up close to 50,000 sales and, says KED Global, the brand is likely to eclipse its 50,000th EV9 before the end of May. It's been on sale for 11 months and demand shows no sign of slowing. As Tesla shareholders prepare to vote in key proposals that could impact the company's future, not to mention its state of incorporation and Elon Musk's potential payout, there's a lot of scare tactics being employed by both sides, with many pro-Musk supporters claiming Tesla without AI will kill the firm. And, in related news, Tesla is now raffling off a guided private tour of its Giga Texas facility with Elon Musk and Franz von Holthausen the day before its shareholder election. In order to be eligible, shareholders must prove that they have voted, but not how they voted. Italian electric motorcycle firm Energica has expanded its battery software partnership with Siemens. It will see the 2 firms result in dramatic improvements to the battery packs used in Energica's range of 2-wheelers, thanks to advanced software modelling algorithms from Siemens. Ford is now offering 0% APR in North America to qualified buyers on 2024 model year Ford Mustang Mach E's. The second best-selling electric SUV in the US market behind the Model Y, Ford's offer is good on all variants of the Mustang Mach E. Charging specialist Flow has confirmed the first of its ultra-DC fast charging stations have rolled off a brand new production line in Auburn Hills, Michigan. The new charging stations have a dual-head configuration and can supply up to 320 kilowatts. Tesla's Shanghai subsidiary has officially begun groundwork at a new megafactory located within the China-Shanghai Pilot-Free Trade Zone, a special administration area of China where companies are given more freedom over operation than they might be in other parts of the nation. Lucid has quietly cut its US workforce by 6% as it feels the pinch of being a high sticker price automaker in the current EV marketplace. Around 400 people were laid off, and in a similar vein, LiveWire Motorcycles also is said to have laid off some of its workforce. GM has just applied for a patent on a new technology that it says will make roads a safer place. It will utilise real-time driver monitoring to enable the car's autonomous driving system to safely take over in the event that the driver becomes unwell or incapacitated. Fresh on the heels of a new import tariff in the US on Chinese-made goods, including EVs, and proposed tariffs in the EU, China has threatened that it will reiterate in kind. It's proposing a slew of its own tariffs on imports of European and US-made products. Tesla has unveiled a new colour option for Model S and X called Lunar Grey. It's a metallic grey-blue paint that evokes a retro-futurist vision of what space-age vehicles might be like, just without the flying car thing or the nuclear-powered drivetrain. Electric vertical takeoff and landing company Lilium has inked a new partnership with two different groups in the south of France and north of Italy that will see it offer eVTOL air taxi service in and around Nice and the French Mediterranean. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares confirmed this week that Jeep is looking to bring a new low-cost EV to the US. Based on what we can infer, the new model is likely going to be a version of the Jeep Avenger with a price point around $25,000. Great Wall Motors, parent company of Aura, has announced it's officially closing its European headquarters in Germany at the end of August. It doesn't intend to pull out from Europe at this time, but it has said it will not expand its sales at any point. Lion Electric has unveiled a new vehicle in the form of the Lion 8 tractor, its first Class 8 big rig. The firm says the new vehicle, with a range of up to 275 miles or about 440 kilometres, will go on sale later this year. The delay in launching the Volkswagen ID.7 in markets outside of Europe appears to have been supported by dealerships, at least in the US. As Automotive News reported this week, Volkswagen dealerships were sceptical that the ID.7 would make them money or be popular. Electric vertical takeoff and landing company Archer Aviation has signed a new partnership with Korean firm KaKao Mobility that will see it bring its aircraft to South Korea to use as air taxis. The first demonstration flights are due to take place in Korea in the fourth quarter of this year. Ahead of the official market launch of the ID.Buzz in the US, Volkswagen America has announced a new custom graphics program that will allow customers to order a custom wrap for their vehicles ahead of delivery. The service will start at launch this fall. Hyundai's luxury marque Genesis is rumoured to be in talks with Lucid to procure Lucid's motors and powertrains for use in its upcoming Genesis X convertible. While we don't have a production model yet, it will be based on the concept of the same name. It's official! Rivian is getting an LFP battery pack option, a heat pump as standard, new interiors and no 21-inch wheel options on its 2025 model year R1S and R1T lineup. The news came courtesy of official paperwork submitted to the EPA. GM and Redwood Materials have signed a partnership agreement that will see Redwood Materials become GM's preferred battery recycling facility for end-of-life EV battery packs. While the agreement covers Ultium-based packs, it's not clear if pre-Ultium packs will also be recycled there. And finally, for shorts, some frustrating news, namely the fact that sales of gas-guzzling SUVs have hit a new record around the world. While more people than ever before are getting behind the wheel of an EV, more people than ever before are also screwing the planet with oversized gas guzzlers, which kind of destroys the benefits of all of those EVs. And those are your shorts. There will be more next week. Our final two stories are next, but first, a quick word from one of today's video sponsors, Atmos Financial. Imagine a bank where your savings not only grow, but also go towards growing a greener world. That is exactly what Atmos Financial does for you. With Atmos, every dollar in your checking and savings account is funding projects that light up lives with solar energy rather than fossil fuels. Atmos is banking that builds a better tomorrow with every swipe of your card because it's committed to investing 100% into clean, equitable and sustainable progress. With a 3.5% savings rate and a mobile app, your finances and the climate can go hand in hand. It charges no monthly fees and there are no minimums to keep you awake at night, and it also offers accessible solar loans for those who want to give the fossil fuel industry the ultimate middle finger. So by joining Atmos using the link below, you're not only choosing a smarter way to bank, you're planting seeds for a healthier earth. And since every sign-up supports this channel, it means we can keep bringing you the content you love. I am personally a customer and I love knowing that I'm helped save money while also making sure that my money doesn't end up funding the fossil fuel industry. And now it's time for those last two stories. As I have said plenty on this channel before, the future of cleaner, greener, safer, smarter transportation isn't just about personal electric vehicles, it's about so much more. And be it electric bicycles, electric mass transit, or even electric planes, it's all got a part to play. And this week, we're heading to Aotearoa to cover a new passenger transport option for water, the VS9 from Kiwi-based firm VES. Using hydrofoil technology developed for the America's Cup, this electric-powered hydrofoil is capable of changing its hydrofoil shape based on its speed and water conditions, and it's already taking part in trials in Auckland. It's due to get the official certification it needs this year to become an official ferry, and then it will enter the fleet with Fuller's 360, the largest ferry operator in the nation. It has a range of 50 nautical miles, just over 92 kilometres, and is small enough to dock pretty much anywhere. And because of those adjustable flaps, it promises stability in a variety of sea conditions usually reserved for much larger vessels, meaning it can be used in notoriously choppy waters as easily as it can be used on calmer lakes. I would frankly love to get a ride, so how about it? And finally, we're now into June, and that means that the annual Pikes Peak International Hill Climb in Colorado is just around the corner. And as is now usually the case, we're going to be seeing a slew of different EVs competing. This year, in addition to the production and near-production vehicles, Ford has confirmed it will be sending a very heavily modified F-150 Lightning up the legendary hill course, teasing a video this week of what looks like a race-prepared, spoiler-wearing race truck akin to Ford's Super Van Transit, but in an F-150 Lightning form. I'm going to predict it has a lot more power on board than a standard F-150 Lightning, and I'm also guessing that, under the expert guidance of Pikes Peak veteran Romain Dumas, it's going to be quick. Oh, and if you haven't watched my little off-road fun this week with the all-new Ford Mustang Mach E Rally, now is your chance, because we are just about done with today's show. As always, a massive thank you to the Electric Vehicle Association for sponsoring today's show. They've been advocating for EVs since 1967 and firmly believe that our future depends on us making the switch to clean, green electric cars today. The EVA can help you find someone near to you that can help you make that switch to electric. It can help you become an EV educator, and it can even point you in the direction of monthly meetups for like-minded EV fans. And if you become a member, you'll gain access to a clean energy and EV loan program set up between the EVA and the Colorado Clean Energy Credit Union. Find out more by heading to myeva.org. And thanks to Energy Sage. Follow the link below to find out how easy it can be to get verified, trustworthy solar experts helping you make the step towards energy self-sufficiency through solar on the roof of your home, by joining a community solar project, or by getting a heat pump installed. And of course, thanks to Atmos Financial. Bank better by following the link below. As usual, we would love it if you'd consider supporting us from just $1 a month on Patreon, or about $10.08 a year. We choose to operate a primarily viewer-supported model as it allows us to keep editorial impartiality while also simultaneously ensuring that our videos are free for everyone to consume. It's something we feel really passionate about. That said, without support from those who can, we wouldn't be able to keep doing this. So if you already support, thank you. And if you don't yet, please consider it. And if Patreon isn't your thing, check out our swag store, where there's a brand new design for the month of June. Pride is here, so grab our new design and let your flag fly. It, along with the rest of our designs, is there for all of your swag-related needs. Link below. And of course, we will be back next week as usual, with content going out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. To finish, Remember that you are valid and loved, and you have a place in this world, even if lawmakers, pundits, and talking heads want you to not exist or want to restrict your rights. This year has seen so many rights eroded, and sometimes it can be scary and hard to keep on keeping on. But know that your existence is resistance. And even if you're not affected by eroding rights, please remember to register to vote and get involved in your local political scene. Have your say, whatever it is, because it is part of the democratic process. So until next time, stay safe, regardless of your identity or who you love. Be an amazing ally, be kind, and please, for the sake of everyone's future, keep evolving.